Good evening, everybody. How are you? Melon?
I'm Richard.
And we are
Venerable Voyagers.
Welcome aboard. Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. Did you enjoy yourself? Did you eat too much? Did you eat too much? Did you have a happy birthday?
Of course.
All right.
And I ate too much.
And you ate too much. Sorry, my tablet is starting to. Here we go. All right. So on the agenda today is we're going to talk about some big changes.
Technical difficulties.
We're going to talk about some leadership changes with Carnival Corporation for 3 of their lines. And then we're going to really quickly, I'm going to go over some really time-sensitive deals that are happening in the cruise for this particular weekend. And then finally, we're going to wrap up with we are on countdown. We are in the single digits, are we not? To board.
Digits. We're going to be headed on a super secret, not so secret cruise in about a week or so.
Yep, we will be telling you more about that in a couple of seconds here. Boy, we're having like many technical issues today with this, so we're just going to deal with that. Anyway, so the first thing we wanted to talk about was Carnival Cruise Line, Carnival Corporation. They've done a few little switcheroos. So the current president of Holland America is
Gus Antocha.
He has been with Holland for many, many years. And sadly, for a lot of you Princess fans, John Paget is moving on. He is going to be stepping away from the business. And in his place, they've appointed Guy. So
Gus Antorcha.
Yeah, Gus. I'm sorry, Gus. This is the guy. So Gus is going to move into John's place, and Gus has really done an amazing job at Holland America. They had the most profitable year since pre-pandemic, and as well as they had he's solely responsible for the largest single booking day that Holland's ever had. So good news for Princess. Gus has been with Holland for several years now. Now that leaves Gus's place open. So they're going to promote from within. The lady that is going to take over, her name is
Beth Bodensteiner.
She is the current Senior Vice President and Chief Commercial Officer for Holland America.
So for those of you who are keeping score, in case you're confused as me, Gus Antorcha from Holland America is moving over to head up Princess Cruises.
And then Beth is moving up from Senior VP of Holland to Holland President. Beth is really touted as she implemented a huge financial revenue management program in Holland America, made them very profitable. So, of course, Carnival Cruise Line is very happy to move her up into. But the good thing is, for those Holland America fans like we are, she's a 20-year veteran of Holland America. Cut her teeth on Holland America. So that whole ingrained customer, that goes back 150 years to their history, is going to stay in place. But while she was Senior VP, she was also assisting Seabourn with their commercial program. So now that leads us to number 3. Number 3 is the current president is going to be taking on other roles. She's leaving Carnival Corp. She's leaving Seabourn, and she's going to pursue other avenues. And that left her position open. They have decided to fill that position with a gentleman by the name of
Mark Tamas?
Tamas, yes.
Mark Tamas.
He was with Carnival Corporation many years ago and then moved on to luxury hotels. So it's kind of a good fit. He has his chops in cruising, but he also has really cut his teeth on luxury travel. So that's the big thing. Is a little shell game happening. So all of this is going to take place on December 2nd. John will not be leaving, the current president will not be leaving Carnival Corporation until February. So there's going to be a good handoff. And, you know, John was really instrumental in keeping the new technology with the Princess medallions and all that. So, but a little bit of a shakeup. How did they perform on the stock market after this was announced? I think it was like early morning Friday when it happened.
Oh, they were up a little. The market was up as a whole. They were up a little bit. I don't think this had a whole lot of impact on the stock, but the stock has been performing fairly well as of late.
Yeah, and this is really bodes well. I saw one of another YouTuber who we really respect, who loves Princess Cruise Line, and she was looking forward to the change. She was sorry to see John go, but she was looking forward to the change because Holland America's itineraries they're so creative and they're so innovative. So hopefully that'll be brought over a little bit to Princess. So just a little shakeup there in the in the cruise world. So now this is Black Friday, as everybody knows, and it's sale season. It's sales. It's Cyber Monday coming up.
I gave you a heads up on some of these a couple weeks ago, and now we're right in the midst of some of them. Some of them are really rushing up on the end of it, and some of it got a little bit longer. So we'll briefly go over them.
So in the cruise industry, actually the travel industry, there's a thing called Travel Tuesday, which is where you get your deals. But this year, they really kept it to it was a Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So believe me, if you don't get these deals, when we give you the deadlines, you pass this deadlines, you're not going to get these deals. And some of them are quite amazing.
Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are okay. I mean, anything's better than nothing, right?
Exactly. As much as cruising has gotten expensive. But just really quick, like Azamara has a discount of up to $4,000 per stateroom, but that's good until the 4th. Celebrities is good until the 9th of December, which is 75% off. Cunard, what a deal. Let's talk about Cunard's. Cunard's got an amazing deal. These are select itineraries for January 2025 through November 2026. But they're starting their fares at $899
per person.
Per person. What is like an inside cabin? Like we've been looking at them. They were going running what?
It depends on the itinerary and all that kind of stuff. But this is definitely a good price. They're most of them are over 1,000 anyways.
Exactly.
You don't get many of them in the triple digits on Cunard.
As well as they're offering onboard credit up to $400 per stateroom, and it's based on your stateroom size. So this offer is good only until December 9th. Now, this one is very rare, very rare. So all you people out there who love Disney, you have only until December 2nd. Only until December 2nd, and you need a code. We got the code if you want it, but they on select last minute cruises.
This is Monday, by the way.
Yeah,
Monday.
This Monday. Including right now, there's space available for a very maritime holiday cruises, but also for cruises into February of 2025. They're from Galveston, Fort Lauderdale, and Port Canaveral. They're offering up to 20% off for guaranteed cabins. Okay, let's get that 20% off, but you got to let them pick your cabin. But Disney does not do discounts. So this is very rare. I got an email about this, but this is only good until Monday night. Let us know if you're interested. Here's one of your new favorites, Explorer.
Oh yeah, Explorer. This is the luxury arm of MSC. Very, very interesting to me. Got a deal going on until December 4th. Up to 50% savings on select voyages.
Around the world.
Around the world.
Plus a reduced 5% deposit they're only requiring.
Reduced deposit, 5%. That's
pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. This next one is extremely, extremely time sensitive because it runs out
tomorrow.
tomorrow night at 11:59. It runs out. It's for Holland America. It's 25% over 800 sailings through October 2026. So all those Alaska voyages, you've got one day. But it's a 50% reduced deposit, free passage for the third and fourth guest in a stateroom, and prepaid gratuities are included. So again, that's up tomorrow night.
50% reduced deposit.
And then your prepaid gratuities.
Mm-hmm.
And then third and fourth guests are free.
Nice.
And now this next one is something that I've learned more about, is called HX. And it's Herzegovina Exploration. Remember, they split apart. And this one is, they're offering 50% off select 2024, 2025 expedition voyages to Antarctica, the Arctic, South America, and the Galapagos.
Amazing itineraries on these. We've looked at these.
Oh, yeah, we've been looking at those.
Extremely interesting.
Very much. And it's good until December 9th. Your fave is Oceania.
Any Oceania fans out there? I love them. They are off. Oh, this one goes till the 10th. This might be the longest run. No, not the longest running one, but it's pretty good. Pretty close. Up to $5,500 savings per guest on over 90 sailings, 2025. Up to 4 category room upgrade.
And then, and the exclusive perk to choose free reduced air or shipboard credit.
Free or reduced air, or you get one. Okay?
Yeah.
You can get shipboard credit up to $1,000. Make sure that's up to, doesn't mean it's going to necessarily be that much, or a premium drink package.
We're not going to go through the rest of these, but I'll quickly say Virgin Voyages is good only until the 2nd of December. Princess is good only until the 2nd of December, and they're at 50% off a cruise fare, guys, and free third and fourth guest. Regent 7 Seas, Regent 7 Seas is up, and this is good through December 31st.
Aliens are real, folks.
And then Seabourn is good until December 3rd, which is a 2-category veranda upgrade. Silver Seas is December 2nd. They're up to $6,000 per suite. And then Windstar, which is one that we've been looking at a little bit.
No, they're very, very interesting.
Theirs has a very interesting, and it's only good until December 2nd. But here they say pick your perk, and they have 3 different things that you can go for. So
contact us if you're interested in any of these.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of them have codes. And so, we'll be more than happy to help you out and get you on board to really take advantage of these, because 2025 is selling out. I was telling Richard, I was on a webinar last week. Viking said 2025, they are 70% sold out. And they're booking into 2026. 2025 is setting up to be a really big cruise year. So if you're thinking about it, get on the phone and let's make it happen for you, because
the inventory is getting really tight in the cruise industry.
Definitely.
Across all the lines, quite frankly, but there's some that are a lot closer to sold out than others.
They really are. So that left us to, what are we going to be doing in 2025?
We don't know.
And we need your help. We really want to know. So we wrote down a few things that we are looking at, and a few, by the way, like our painting. Yeah. Thank you, family member.
And I just kind of want to go through like the line, maybe the line in the ship here. The itinerary may or may not be important to you, but what cruise line would you like to see more of? Or is there any particular ship on these cruise lines? These are the ships and cruise lines that we're possibly looking into.
Go ahead.
All right. First up on the board is Cunard. We're looking for that brand new ship, the Queen Anne, which will be coming out in January.
Be crossing the pond
Yes.
in January for the first time.
And that is a very, very classic cruising. For those of you who are not familiar with them, this is old school cruising. A lot of fun.
The next one on our list is Royal Caribbean, Utopia of the Sea, which is docked in our home port. We're taking a look at that, if that's of interest to you guys.
How about you Disney fans? We are taking a look at the Disney Wish.
The Treasure is pretty much sold out. We can't really get on board. I've been trying, but we're looking at the Wish right now. And then Celebrity Equinox, who is coming to Port Canaveral. Are you interested in seeing us on Celebrity?
Just for those of you who might not know, that would be like our home port. So
yep.
We're also looking into, we've done a lot with Holland America. We like Holland America quite a bit, and we're looking at some itineraries on the Konings Dam. That would be a Pinnacle class ship similar to the New Staten Dam, which we were on in last April. If you've seen any of our videos on that one, much largely like that same class of ship. This would be the first one in that classification.
Now the next one is one after this guy's heart. Okay. It's Oceania, and what is it? Serena?
The Serenia.
Serenia. We're looking at potentially doing this one. Now Oceania is longer cruises, so it's not like a 7. This is more, we're looking at is like a 12-day, I think it is.
These are ultra luxury, a little bit smaller ships, kind of boutique-y. Interesting ports, interesting itineraries. I really, and outstanding food program. I really like what they do, and this would be one that I would really enjoy bringing to you. But we're looking for some input on what y'all would like. It's
like the Caribbean, but it's out of Miami, and it really is hitting ports we haven't seen hit, on any of these things. We already said the Equinox, and then I'll let you do your last one.
All right, yeah, one more. Got another ultra luxury. This is another favorite of mine. We talked a little bit about some of their changes, but Seabourn has a few really interesting itineraries that we're looking at. This one would happen to be in the Mediterranean. We'll go at least that far and let you know. I love the Mediterranean. I love the European theater. One that we didn't put on there.
Oh.
Anybody interested in river cruising?
Oh yeah. Anybody interested in that? We have the opportunity to do an AMA Waterways.
Yeah. That would be a lot of fun as well. Very, very interesting also in the European theater.
But I'm telling you right now, with AMA Waterways, I'm already putting on, there will be a Christmas market next year. We will be doing a Christmas market next year. So Lisa, I know you're out there. Get ready.
Doing it.
We're going. So if any of those, or if you have any suggestions, like is there a line that we didn't, state here?
Didn't mean to slight anybody. These are just some that we put together as we looked up.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of research, a lot of, because like you, when we're cruising, we're thinking about, it's not only the cruise, but sometimes, especially if it's in the Med, you're talking about airfare there. You're talking about, airfare back. And that does change the price points of some things.
It's a lot of things that the average person has to kind of think about. And a lot of people don't think about then you add this, and then you add that. And before you know it, it's not as good a deal as it looked like at the beginning.
But that's, if you want to see that, if you want to see, the air going over to the Med, like we did with our cruise Regent, we flew over there, but we used their air. And so, it's another option too.
Share that with you. We can share the difference in somebody else's air or our own.
Yeah. So let's talk about the level of, the different cruise profiles. This is one of your big things.
Well, here's the thing. And a lot of you that are savvy in this industry, I don't mean to bore you with it, but different people have different tolerances for different things. Some people want certain things when they travel and in their cruises. When you look at all the cruise lines, the cruise ships, and the itineraries and so on, some people will sit there and say, "Oh, that's a terrible line. That's a terrible ship." Some people say, "Oh, this is a great ship. That's a great itinerary." It depends really on what you're looking for. I tend to like the intellectual type of things. I want to see historic stuff. I want to learn, feed my mind. and I want to, relax and have a really nice, enjoyable time on ship. Great food, good drink, not a lot of busyness. Some people find that boring. Um, those of you, I would say maybe one of the busier type of ships, like these Royal Caribbean ones with all the water slides and shows and all that, and you're not knocking them at all. They're fantastic. They got a place. They got a big following. People love that kind of stuff too. And I don't dislike it. I just tend to like something a little different. So if you're like me and I tried to put you on one of those, you would probably not be happy. So,
and that's the beauty of cruising. The beauty of cruising is there's something for everybody. There's a line for everyone. There's, we call them loyalists. So we've got the Disney loyalists, we have the Princess loyalists, we have the Holland loyalists.
and you have the Viking.
And the
loyalists.
Viking, and there's also the Royal Caribbean loyalists. There's the Carnival loyalists that are out there.
Yep.
So
there are some people that want to stick with one, and I can have my favorites, but I like to sample all different affairs of all different things. And I also want to bring all of these to you. I want to be able to show you the differences in them.
I think that was the one thing we learned when we just took our Virgin Voyages cruise. We thought we wanted to go and test it out, so we had the opportunity to do it, and I'm glad we did. We had a really great time on there, and we could have had an even wilder time if we wanted to. I mean, there's a lot of things to do on the ship, but that cruise line basically showed me you can do anything you wanted. You can be quiet and relax, and they let you. That you can go out and party and have a great time. They let you. So I think there's a cruise line out there for everyone. And
when I saw what they were doing, I was my curiosity was piqued. I kind of wanted to see what it was like, and then as it got closer, I started to hear different things from different people. Now I really have to see it for myself. And wow, exactly right. You could do whatever you wanted or not do whatever you didn't want on the ship. There was everything from soup to nuts and back.
Yep. So that brings us kind of where we're headed this next one, because this will be our first Princess cruise that we'll be doing.
Oh, yeah, let the cat out of the bag.
It's in the thumbnail, babe.
They let the cat out of the bag twice then. I was trying to keep it sort of low key, but.
Well, I did want to bring it up because we'll be going on the Sun Princess shortly. And I have been reading a lot of stuff, and that's probably something, maybe another recommendation. Don't read the reviews. I don't know. This right.
Yeah,
this cruise ship.
We'll steer you straight,
This cruise ship seems to have two distinct clubs. Those who love and those who don't like. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to just tell you honestly what it was like to be on there. I'm understanding this is not indicative to what other Princess cruises are like, but we're so excited about getting on one. It's a brand new ship, brand new concept. If you've seen the ship, you'll see the side of it has this big, it's supposed to replicate the sun.
Okay, it looks like a ball.
But it's supposed to replicate the sun Princess. And our room is in the sun. So we're going to look forward to doing that.
Gotta remember to bring my shades.
Oh, jeez. So
here's the thing with this. I get the feeling, I don't know this for sure, but I think the Princess loyalists who are used to old Princess might not like this as much because it's a bit of a break away from the traditional Princess. At least that's what I'm seeing and hearing. And the people that might not have liked Princess or might like some other line that has a busier, more event-filled, I don't know, a busier ship like this, larger. This is a larger ship than they've had. It's going to have a lot more people than it's had. And I think that it's a departure from what they traditionally do. This was more of a, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to exactly say, but it wasn't deterring families, but it was not going out of its way to attract them. This is an attempt to attract multi-generational families, at least in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Yeah, and they've had some issues with it, but we're going to see. We can't wait to get on board. We can't wait to experience it. We are bringing our daughter, which is another new concept for us to travel with a third person. But we're looking forward to it. So if there's anything that you're interested in, you want us to film because you've heard the same things we have, please let us know. And I will be glad to do that. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. It's Venerable Voyagers on Instagram, Venerable Voyagers Travel on Facebook. Because I will be posting. I'll be posting daily. I will try to upload daily too, as much as we can if we're not busy. Don't know. We'll find out if the internet can do it. Virgin wasn't so good.
That's one thing about this. Yeah, and they said that it was really good enough to do, but I don't think it really was.
No, it really wasn't. So this is going to be an interesting week. We're looking forward to it. I can't wait to get back on the sea. I just can't wait. It's just going to be a lot more fun.
6 weeks is too long to go. 4 weeks is too long to
go.
No,
the too long was April to when we just left in October. That was really too long.
Yeah, that was definitely too long. But
I'm saying that again.
I'm just saying 6 weeks is too long, if you ask me.
He'd like to be on the sea permanently.
That'd be. I'd take land vacations for a week here and there.
So we will be heading to the Caribbean. And speaking of the Caribbean, did you hear in Mexico just announced that they're going to, in 2026, start charging cruise passengers, specifically cruise passengers, $42 per person.
Boo,
to
Mexico.
enter the port. And who do you think is going to pay for that? You think the cruise lines are? No, you are.
So guess what I'm looking at on any itineraries in the Caribbean where I would have gone because I love those Mayan and Aztec ruins. But you know what? I will avoid any itinerary that goes to Mexico. Thank you very much.
So the organizations, I think there's an organization here out of the state of Florida has issued a letter to the president of Mexico saying, oh, please don't do that. And I just think, when I think about that, I think about there's Royal Caribbean. They just bought Costa Maya, and they're building up Costa Maya for their home, for their ships to port in. Ouch, and it's supposed to open in 2026. Ouch, ouch.
Well, Mexico got to think there's like 1,000 islands in the Caribbean,
right?
That these ships can go to. Every cruise line is building their own special private island. Do you think it would be that difficult for them to just cut Mexican ports out altogether?
Yeah, I honestly think that $42 is not going to be absorbed by the cruise line. $42 is going to be added to our cruise fares. That's how it's going to be. The worst part of this whole thing is that the money is not to be put back into the port for the development of the port and helping. No, they're giving it to the Mexican military.
Oh, good.
So it's news like that, these little snippets that are really interesting when you're traveling the world. But with every cruise port that, they seem to be wanting the grab, there's other cruise ports that are coming on. There's
other places in the world that are getting in on these kind of money grabs and charging cruise ships here and there. They've got them in Europe. They've got them
here in Alaska that are doing it.
You got them all
in
over.
Maine.
You got them all over. I can do my part to try and fight that just by trying to stay away from those ports, and maybe they'll get the message. I know one person's not going to matter, but if you and 100 of your closest friends and 100 of their closest friends decide, hey, we're going to avoid those ports, they might change their mind, because that's a big part of their economy. When you look at what Cozumel is going to have, 8 or 9 ships?
7. We'll be in with, this is going to be so much fun. We're going to be in with Icon of the Sea, us, and 5 other cruise. Oh, Herzegovina's going to be there. And Mein Schiff is going to be there. And everybody else under the rainbow is going to be at Cozumel on the day that we're in. So this is going to be, we get in, this is where I have to say, hats off to Princess. We'll be one of the last ships to arrive. So by the time we arrive, the other 5, I think there's one after us. So there'll be like 5 other before us that would have disembarked their ships and off on their excursions.
They'll be coming.
And then we'll come in. So it's just it's an interesting one. If you don't know how to, you can go. There's I think it's called Cruise Tracker, and you can find out who's in port with you. Or if the other one is Who's in Port, is the other site where you can go and check how many other ships are in port with you on that day. So it's going to be interesting. I think our first in Rotan, there's no one but us. We're all alone. Then Belize, I think there's only I think with Icon again.
So just think about this, I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but I calculated that day there's going to be over 30,000 people getting off cruise ships, and they're trying to hold up every one of them for $50.
Yeah.
Just think if all those little stores and all those little local shops and restaurants and all that make their living on all those 40,000 people coming in, all of a sudden those people vanished. What type of impact that would have on their local economy.
Yeah. And that's part of those of us who travel, you all know, when you travel, you want to give back to the communities that you're visiting. When we were in Alaska, we only wanted to buy things that were done local. So
we knew how far you had to go away from the ship to get things that weren't owned by the ship, to get to the real locals. And I wanted to go there and buy stuff from them. I didn't want to, I was already paying the cruise ship,
yeah.
I wanted to help out. We love Alaska, and I want to help out the local Alaskans. I really do. And I'd like to do that in all the cruise ports, like to get away from the cruise bubble and go to the locals, because you want to get the authentic stuff too. You want to eat the authentic food. You want to, you want to buy the stuff
when you're allowed to eat off the ship.
When you are.
Still that cannoli in Messina that I wasn't allowed to eat.
I told you to get it. I told you I didn't want it, but you can get all. You could have got 10 of them if you wanted. I said, they get a box. We'll bring it back. Might eat it later.
So out of all of these here, we are going to finalize our plans for 2025 within the next week or so. I think we want to try to get at least the first half of the year picked.
The next week or 10, we'll come up with something.
On this list of things, which one are you like? Cunard Royal, Disney, Celebrity, Holland America, Oceania, and Seabourn. Which one are you like?
And there's another one that is not on here either, which I think ought to be, is a Viking. We looked at some Viking stuff, and we didn't get it on the list for some reason, but that's another one. If I have my druthers, I'm looking at this one right here.
Which is Oceania.
Oh, okay, yeah. You can't see it. Yeah, it's my kind of cruise, my kind of ship. The itinerary looks amazing on that one. I would love to do it. I'd love to bring it to you.
When Richard when we look at a cruise ship, we're looking at he factors in the money side of all this. He looks at what the value is, right? Cost per day.
Yeah.
So what are you recommending? Or how in your brain, what is your cost per day that you refuse to go over?
I don't constrain that exactly. I guess.
Or are you looking for the sweet spot?
For your standard ordinary cruise, your 7-day get out of town, or your 7-day, premium lines, not your ultra luxuries or your luxuries, but stuff like that. I tried to stay around $100 per day, and that's just talking about the cruise fare. It's not adding in all the extra stuff, because most of the time, by the time you do that, you double that. But I actually use the total number, and that comes more to $200, $225 per day. We're always looking for the value of it. We're looking to see how much are those extras. I mean, that's another big part, and that's when you're putting your cruise budget together. You need to really think about, what is your budget for the extras? And the extras on many lines could be the excursions. It could be your drinks package if you want a drinks package. It could be your specialty dining. That's another big business these days. Gratuities.
If you go to the spa, you need to put that in your budget. If you gamble, you need to put that in your budget too.
Transportation to and from the port. If you need a hotel,
right?
We recommend having a hotel stay. If you're traveling farther away than we are, since we're right down the road, you should probably come in the day before. So you got your air, you've got your transfers, and you've got a hotel stay.
Right.
And you're gonna have to do the same thing on the back, transfers to the airport so you can head home. So you got to think about all those kinds of stuff. I mean, little things like some of those things aren't tipped. You like tour guides. You go on a excursion, the tour guides kind of would like for you to tip them. That kind of stuff. You add a bunch of things in there.
Yeah, when you're doing your side-by-side comparison, you really don't want to compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges. You don't want to do okay, this is all inclusive. Well, is it? Really think about it and you put it down. Okay, this is like, for instance, like Regent, it's completely all inclusive.
Yeah. They're pricey, but it's hard to spend an extra $1 unless you really, really want to.
We had onboard credit and we had a hell of a time trying to spend that money.
We had to go on a shopping spree
which he hated, I loved. But and then versus the other, a line that the excursions are not included. The tipping's not included. So you've got to compare it side by side. I know people they're like, well, I can go on Rogue River and spend only $700 for a week in vacation. Okay, are you going to be drinking? Well, yeah, but I don't want to buy the drink package. Okay, well, how much are you drinking a day? We got to add that in and put that on there. Okay. Your travel insurance, you're going to do travel. No, I don't think it will. Okay. So if you get sick and they've got to airlift you off the cruise, you have the money to pay that. Okay. It's worth $100. So put your travel insurance in there. The gratuities are not included.
We do not do any cruise without using travel insurance. I'd recommend anybody else. In fact,
no, seriously, he's 100% right. You don't. Things can happen. Things can happen on a ship, and for me, the thought of having it airlifted off, you're looking at $30,000-$40,000 for that, if not 100. It's crazy. So why not spend the $150, $200, the $1,000 if it's a really big expensive one for travel insurance and peace of mind?
Rule of thumb, most of the time it comes to approximately 10% of the cost. So if you spend $1,500 on it, it's probably about $150 in that neighborhood. There is a qualification. Some people a little older, it might be a little bit more because they do insurance companies. They look at that kind of thing.
And just know that if you're out of the country, your health insurance doesn't travel with you. Just know that it doesn't. They don't accept American insurance. So that's why travel insurance is really important.
So let me retouch on it. Something else. The reason I don't like to do the dollars per day type of thing. Yeah, there's sort of a rule of thumb for the economy minded, but you got to look at things in a few different lights too. If you're looking at an ultra luxury, take into account all the things that are included. Also, the type of thing that you're going on. Are you looking at a once in a lifetime type of thing? This is something that I really want to do. Me, I want to do travel my way, and I don't have to worry about it. So I like to pay everything up front and not have to worry about a bill later on. That's just
he only wants to see a credit from the cruise line when we get off ship.
Well, I don't really want to, unless that's a refundable credit. I don't really want to see that either. Don't want to leave any money on the table if it's there. But
no, but you know what? Very honestly, with Virgin, we had the bar tab, and I did find myself like not doing something.
Yeah.
Like I was like, nah, it's okay. I want to make sure that he had enough that he can get his mimosa every day, and I'm like, I'll forgo, having a drink here or there, or I'll forgo not doing this, and it's just like, wait a minute, we're on vacation.
And I'm at breakfast the last day, drinking 2 or 3 mimosas that I, just trying to make sure I didn't leave any credit. Come to find out, they did refund what was left. So I didn't have to do that, but I wasn't sure they were going to do that. So I sat down and ordered 2 along with my breakfast.
Oh my gosh. So, just when we're doing price comparisons for you, you're going to get 2 or 3 options, and we're going to try to really give you side by side so you can really make an informed decision on how you want to cruise. And you know what? There isn't a wrong way. There isn't a right way to cruise. It's how you prefer to cruise. And so what we're going to do next year is hopefully widen your horizons as well as our own, and try to push the limits and go to places and go on cruise lines that we don't see showcased a lot. We see a lot of Princess. We see a lot of Royal Caribbean on YouTube, and you'll see a lot of Holland America, but you might not get to see a lot of Oceania or Seabourn or Cunard. Cunard is one of these where this one of these that we have for Cunard. It's not this one, but there's another one that happens in March, and I'm thinking, it's around my birthday. That might be fun to do. We're leaving New York and we're going across the pond, and I'm going to go past the Statue of Liberty that my grandparents did. My grandparents were coming in the other way. They were coming from Europe into New York, and they passed by Statue of Liberty. That's kind of cool, right? That's a once in a lifetime. But that's how you should cruise. You should cruise to go to places that you've dreamt about doing, or experiences to have. Yes, everybody that can get on a cruise. We've done them. We've done the 3 to 4. We just did a 5-day one that was just to get away.
It was 5 nights.
5 nights, but it was just to get away and just relax and have, just.
We wanted to share a little video with you guys.
Absolutely.
Every time we go, I'm thinking about what would you folks like to see, and I hope you like to see that. And hopefully, give you a little bit of insight on some things.
Yeah, and true transparency about Virgin. I'm certified with Virgin. One of my perks is to get a reduced rate when we go on. So we didn't pay full price, but we did pay to get on.
It wasn't by any means free.
It wasn't free. It was not free. Princess, this one we're taking is fully, we paid our own money to do it. The next Princess we do.
Well, we always pay our money.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that we paid full fare.
Yeah,
there's no discounts, no nothing. The next Princess we do, hopefully it's one of our free ones, but they're not really free, guys. But we'll get one of those reduced rates. So
hopefully we get a little bit of a discounted rate.
Yep. So let us drop this in the comments.
That's the way we see this stuff firsthand. We can vet it out. We can show you exactly what it was like, and we can share our honest opinion, because no matter what the deal was, I'm not going to tell you it's great if it's not.
Oh, and also let us know if it's not a ship, but it's an itinerary you would like to see. Do you want to see us go through the Panama Canal? Do you want to see a Trans-Pacific where we go to Hawaii and back? Do you want to see another Alaska?
Any particular places in the Mediterranean? Do you want to see a British Isles tour? What about the fjords?
Iceland.
Iceland. I mean, that's. Or hey, what about one of these expeditions to Antarctica or the Galapagos?
Yes, go see a penguin. Let me go pet a penguin.
No, I won't say.
Drop us a comment. Drop us a DM. Again, if there's anything that we spoke about as far as the deals that are going on, that you can contact us. In the description is all of our information. It's our emails in there. There's our phone number. There's everything. Feel free to just give us a buzz, and we will be more than happy to make sure that you take advantage of these discounts, because you're not going to see these discounts again for a little bit. It's going to be
364 days.
Yeah, 2025, as we said before, and I don't want to beat this dead horse. Cruises are going fast. Cabins are selling out.
Even your land-based stuff is filling up quick. Your luxury all-inclusive resorts are filling up. And
for those of you who are theme parks and you love theme parks, and you've been waiting for Epic Universe, I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. Yeah. It's good. They're at the hotels already booking up. It's going to be unbelievable here in Orlando. So for those who are based in Orlando or Central Florida, it might be time to get away. But we should have some fun. But that brings us to what's going to happen next. So we will have our next live. This is going to be really fresh. We're going to be doing it the day we get back. So December 14th will be our next live. Yep. And we'll be fresh off the Sun Princess. So we will be telling you as you're going to get the natural reaction.
That is unless we decide to like pop one in there off the ship if we're able to.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
That's unless we can pop one in from the ship.
Oh, a live? Yeah, I don't know. We might be able to do that. I don't know. I don't want to promise that. I know I can promise a live when we get back on the 14th, the evening of the 14th. It won't be probably at 6.
We'll be sharing with you some way or another while we're on board ship.
We definitely will be. So again, follow us on Instagram. It's Venerable Voyagers. On Facebook, it's Venerable Voyagers Travel. Also join the group that's in the Facebook there, because I will be posting some extra special things as we enjoy we have booked almost every specialty dining with the exception of Tapanaki, because they didn't have any.
Because that's the one that I want to go to. Many of them.
We'll get him in there. He and his daughter will go enjoy Tapanaki.
Now, there's so much good stuff on board this ship from what I see. I won't complain too much, but I will definitely want to try.
So we will see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for spending some time with us this Saturday. And hopefully you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And getting ready for Christmas time.
Yeah, right around the corner.
It's going to be time to start decorating, which I'll probably do that tomorrow while you're at work.
I had the cute little thing. Where'd my little sign go?
What little thing?
Counting off the days.
Oh,
not to Christmas, but till the next cruise.
To the next cruise. Well, we know it is what? Almost 8 days?
A few days.
Well, it's a few days.
7 days.
So we'll be
single digits.
Single digits, right? So we will see you then. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night, everybody. See you later. Bye, guys.